So welcome back everybody. Now I believe it's all been basic syntax applications, and it's kind of getting boring, right? So let's get over the boring part. Let's try using it to create what we can create. Now so far we have learned cin. Yes, we can use it to input data. We have learned cout. We can use it to display data. What else have we learned? We have learned conditional statements. We have learned loops. Now I believe with these ones and even the conditional statements, we have if, else, and we also learned switch case. Let me see. Switch case. Loops, we have learned for loops, and we have also learned while loops, and there's another one, do while loops, but I don't think we're going to do that because it's actually just like combining while, but while in another form, and it's rarely used. And well, for advancement of knowledge, you can do that, or you can ask in the comment box for the syntax and how it's applied. But I'm not going to do it in the course because I'll end up confusing the learners, because I believe for and while are enough for introductory aspects of this course. Now, how can we apply what we have learned so far to create an app? Let me see. We can create an application that can find the average of a number, like the average of two numbers, average of three numbers, average of four numbers. Yeah, we can do that, right? So let me see. I'll quit now. Go as usual, right? C++, and let's say average, and well, okay. So with the knowledge you have so far, I don't think you don't know. I don't think you don't know anything. You can use it actually to do a lot of things, right? So let me see. Let me take this, and now to find the average of numbers, we will need the first number, we will need the second number, maybe the third number. It depends on the numbers we want to get the average for, and let's take just three numbers. And now to do this, we need to make these numbers, we need to create these numbers as variables. We need to create them as variables. So let's name first number as fnum, and let's say it accepts even decimal values. Let's say it is a double. Now we're used to seeing integer as int, so let's give the user the privilege to put even decimal numbers. So let's say double fnum. Now let's name second number also as snum, and third number as tnum, right? Something like that. And now this is one way of declaring variables. We want to declare both fnum, snum, and tnum as doubles. We don't need to say double tnum again, like maybe double snum. That's repetition, and it's just consumes space, and it's redundant, right? So, and it increases the time to which the compiler or the program runs, and that's one way of taking how efficient a program can be. So we can just simply do them on one line and declare all of them as double. So we can say double fnum, snum, and tnum, separating them with commas, and that should be it. We've declared 3 variables now, and now we need to also create a variable that will accept the result. After finding the average, how can we display the result? Well, the results will come as an answer, right? They'll come as a single number. So well, if it will accept decimal points, it's preferable that we declare that result also as a decimal point, so we can name it results or answer. So let's say result, something like this, and okay. So now what we need to do next is to ask the user to input them, right? So let's say input the first number. Alright, you can even actually do something cool, like from the first can display something like a brand or something else. Let me use this next line syntax, and you can say the program below is used to find the average of 3 numbers, and well, the user will see that, right? And well, maybe we'll say, well, let's start by you accepting the first number, or it will still be okay this way. Please input the first number, or just input the first number. So please input the first number, and end line, so we would give the place to which the user would input the first number, and the first number is fnum. As you can see, these are all the things you have learned so far. I'm not doing something new here. I'm not doing anything new. I'm just using what we have learned. I'm just applying what we have learned to create something that is called a program. You can probably say I've created a program that calculates average of 3 numbers. So we'll do the same thing for the rest. Now I'm just going to copy and paste this, and let's see, this is the second number, and this is the third number, and this is snum, and this is tnum, and yeah. So now at this stage the program will accept 3 values that you have inputted and save. The first value you entered, it will be saved in fnum, second value will be saved in snum, and third value will be saved in tnum. Now you need to make your calculations. How is an average calculated? An average is calculated by summing the numbers and dividing by the total, right? Yes. So now let's say the average. Now we've named the final answer to be result, so we can say average or result, which is recognized by the or preferably we should use average and then rename this to average, and we can say okay, average equals, this is normal equality sign that you know, this is arithmetic. Now if you realize in the first part I told you that equality is double equal sign in programming in C++, and I'm using this, so this is assigning, right? And in this stage you need to do normal arithmetic that you know. So average equals the first number, right, plus the second number plus the third number, all divided by 3. Now there's something that is going to be wrong with this. It will actually run would have a result but a wrong result, and that kind of result is error is called the runtime error, because you can't see the compiler telling you that it has an error, but your result, you're not getting what you expected. So why am I doing this? If you are familiar with mathematics, the BODMAS, you have to first of all treat all brackets, right? So bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So to treat, because our aim is to get the sum of all these numbers as 1 and then divide by 3, but this, as you can see, the compiler would see it as summing this and this, and then as plus the division of this, that's t over 3. So assuming we have this as 2, it will be 2 plus, this is 2, maybe 2 plus 2 as 4, then this is maybe 6, so 2 plus 2 as 4, and then 6 divided by 3 is 2, so it will be 6. That's how the compiler will see this. And if we are supposed to take the average in normal way, it should be 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is still 6. Well, this is not the right example to use that, but I'll think of one, but it's really not going to work out that way. So what should we do? We just put bracket telling the compiler that, hey, you compile, you do the arithmetic of everything here, you sum everything here, and then the result you treat it as 1, and then you divide by 3. So average is equal to this by this, right? So we can say Cout average. Alright, you're used to seeing Cout with colons. Now if we are using strings, which is just normal statements that you can see, normal English that you can see, that's when we use I say colons, that's when we use quotes. And if you're using a variable, you don't need to put any quote, because if you use quote, it will treat it as a string. And now we're saying Cout average, right? And it will show us the result, but we need to like be a little bit explanatory. We need to tell the user that, hey, this is your result. So we put a string like the average of the 3 numbers you imputed is, then we put the average. But we can, now this is overloading of functions as I explained in the first part, and we leave a space here so that it will, the number we see here would be this one, would be separate from this one, right? I believe everything is done. Now the judgment, like I said, we build and everything is running smoothly. Now when we run this program, we should be able to see, oh, the program below is used to find the average of 3 numbers. Please input the first number. Let's say the first number is 5. Second number, let's say, is 2.3. Third number is 7. The average of the 3 numbers you inputted is this. Now this is double, right? And that's why you can see up to how many decimal places, like up to 5. There's another one that accepts decimal places, but not up to that. You need to do your research and find out, right? Now voila, with the knowledge we've learned so far, we have been able to create something that can amaze someone that has never been into C++. Like, I've created a program that finds the average of 3 numbers in C++. I've written the codes. It's like 23 lines of codes, and I've done them. Like, wow, dude, you're so into it, right? So thank you for watching. The next video, we're going to create another program using what you've learned so far. Maybe this time we're going to use loops, maybe conditional statements, who knows. So see you in the next video.